the additional member of my family, my son-in-law, Gio Manyo Romero. That's the husband of my daughter, Renewable Crisa Marie. Okay, we have to do it all over again because I forgot to. Where is the pen? Okay, I'm going now to sign this document for the purpose of legality so that nobody will be contesting, all right? Okay. I'll sign it, the one that's signed by my wife, okay. my daughter, and then my brother, Urbano. These are 5. Okay, signed already by myself, okay? This is the everything, deed of sale, all right? There you are. There you are. Okay, because this money will be used in my venture company to finance everything, okay? This is the deed of sale and this is the title of the property. This is inheritance. I don't own this. I inherited it from my, my God, kay Don Miguel.
Don Miguel.
Okay, Maulino.
Maulino.
Okay, and my mother is the one that paid for this property.
And acknowledgement.
And then acknowledgement, okay, of receipt and everything. So everything is clear. Okay. I lost a lot of time already because of some stupidity of this corporate pastor that are licensed by the mega church. Now I have to do some drastic action. And I've been concentrating in the renewable energy. And I hope. As what you can see here in my t-shirt, maybe I'm out of my yeah, because when I came into this church, I made the greatest choice that I made to be here.
Amen.
I've been here in this church, actually living in this church for 6 years. 6 years, that's my That's what my nephew even told me. However, I have seen a lot of things that's happening in this church. That's the reason I'm still here.
Praise God.
I have seen some prophecy or vision that we made. That's 4 years ago, Pastor Hector and former Pastor Noni. That this church 4 years ago is not like this. Then we have this kind, and then the members of the church maybe 20 or 30. And sometimes the praise and worship is already there you're going to sing, and somebody asks me, where are the people? Where are the only people here? And I've seen Pastor Hector how he struggled. And then he asked me if I can stay in this church for a while, just to watch the property, because it is vandalized. There's some graffiti, there are cutting fences there, and they're throwing a lot of things over here. And it took me a month to decide. So I just sleep in my car, and Pastor Hector told me, come on, go inside. No, just sleep in my car for a month. That's winter time. And rather don't know it. And then I decided, because I don't want to, take advantage of something that they're offering. So I just endured the winter time, it's cold. And the Pastor Hector said, okay, after a month, I decided, okay, maybe I can stay in this church because I want also to know God in Jesus Christ. Because I was raised in a Catholic family, because in the Philippines we are all Catholic, 90%. And then I still remember my mother bringing me in the church. That's my first exposure. And then I became an altar boy. When I graduated from elementary, my father decided that I will go in the seminary, minor seminary, because he thinks I'm going to become a priest. You know, to become a priest, Catholic priest, it will take you a long time. If you start from high school, I think it will take you 12 years of studying. And us here, it will take us only, what, 3 years, 3 hours, 2 days, and finally, you might become a pastor. And to become a priest, it will take you 12 years. That's a long, and you will be staying in the seminary. You see, it's like and it's also expensive. Not everybody can go to the seminary because, you know, you have to pay a lot of money because the board and lodging and everything. Anyway, when I finished my minor seminary, we started 16, we graduated 12, and Roddy became a priest actually in my batch. But some become a pastor, some become active in their churches, and now maybe I became dormant for a long time, and now I'm active here in this church, trying to help whatever I can help. And then I have this kind of vision also, that because there's something that I'm doing, because this is, you know, United States is what they call the land of opportunity. If you make it here, something you do, you're made. Then I have something that I'm doing, that until now I'm still wondering to our Lord, why are you holding me still here? Like, you know, suffering, this and that. But however, while reading the Bible, because I became dormant for a long time, it's only lately that I started reading the Bible. I would like to share something in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, that it says here, to everything there is a season and time to every purpose under heaven. So everybody here in this class have a purpose.
Amen.
Under heaven. Because everybody is unique. Maybe you're good in preaching, maybe you're good on something. My gift is different. I can make something out of something. So, actually when I started really committing myself, I even made that, you know, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, over there.
Church.
So, I handmade it. Then, I made the cross. And everybody's even laughing when I'm starting to make it. Said, what are you doing? I'm making a cross. What cross? A small cross? No. I crucify you there. It's a big one. So anyway, so that's 2008. And then one thing also that I really love in this place is on a small congregation. And then it's paid off. We don't have any neighbors that's really going to bother you. So I started living in the Airstream, doing some research work. I love it because nobody's bothering me and they think I'm crazy. So anyway, to make the story short, I started also attending the school because I want to learn something. How the church works, what is this they're talking about. So, by being dormant for a long time, I started to know Jesus because when Pastor Hector asked me to receive Jesus Christ in 2008, he said, you know what? When I pray that you're going to receive Jesus Christ, I don't feel anything. And I told him the same to you also. I did not feel anything. See? Because maybe the seed is there. But you need nourishment to germinate it, to grow little by little. It's not, I pray for you, you receive it already. It's not. You have to work for your salvation. You let it grow. You have to nourish it through Scripture.
Amen.
And we have an awesome God.
Amen.
Yes, pray. You see? Because the reason that I'm going to say that we have an awesome God, and Jesus Christ. You know, there's when Jesus Christ was crucified, there's two guys with him.
That's right.
And one said to him, remember me once you come to your kingdom. You know what he asked? Just to be remembered. But Jesus sees his heart, how sincere he is, his faith. And what he said? Jesus said to him, today you will be in paradise with me.
Amen.
You see, nothing is too late for us here. That's all I can share.
Praise God. Praise God.
Like any other that go here in this United States of America, which is the land of opportunity. And if you're going to do something over here that have economic significance to this country and of help in the advancement of science and technology for the benefit of the public and humanity, you will be welcome and will be supported by this democratic government, which is the beacon of light for those countries that are oppressed. And I don't expect to encounter such people. And with all the places, they're even in churches, even willfully violated their bylaws and corporate code of conduct. What a Christian character.
Food and energy, they're vital to our human existence. But with a growing global population and limited supplies of traditional energy sources, they present the greatest challenges to our survival. Hello, I'm Perry West, CEO of New Global Energy. In a world with increasingly limited land for growing food, we invest in agricultural enterprises that produce the highest possible yield per acre. We also leverage that strength by using the most efficient energy resources on the planet. It's no secret that some of the smartest investors in the world are betting on the development of highly efficient methods of growing food in smaller spaces. People like George Soros, Warren Buffett, and Bill Gates have seen the numbers and added farmland to their portfolios. Here's what they know. The world's population is projected to be 40% higher by 2050 than it is today. That's not far down the road, and yet our farmland is shrinking every year. An estimated worldwide equivalent of 40% of California's agricultural land is lost every 18 months, which will result in a dramatic increase in the cost of food. But there's hope and opportunity. There are methods of farming that can address these frightening numbers and help feed a hungry planet while generating profits for forward-thinking investors. In short, a chance to do well by doing good. In this respect, New Global Energy Business Unit, Aquafarming Tech, has been at the forefront of developing and implementing the most advanced sustainable methods of producing premium seafood since 1993. Its operations are located just east of Palm Springs in the heart of the Coachella Valley in California. When Aquafarming Tech started, global aquaculture accounted for less than 10% of seafood consumption. Now it's about 40%. The United States imports about 86% of its seafood, only half of which is wild caught. In fact, what looks like a brilliant idea now had its critics 20 years ago, as our aquafarming manager, industry legend Rocky French explains.
When we started, everybody was thinking that we were crazy because we're trying to build fish farm in the desert. It turned out this is the very best place to start fish farming.
But as ideal as the Coachella Valley is for growing tilapia, this type of farming also has its pitfalls. In California and elsewhere, other fish farms have shut down as a result of 3 persistent issues. We're fortunate that Rocky and the rest of our technical team have met these challenges.
High density type of fish farming, you're faced with like 3 major problems. Electricity, feed, and water. In our case, we're able to mitigate our problem by putting a solar array. We save about, we save about 80 to 90% of our electric bill already. The second issue was water use. And of course, in the farm, we're doing recirculation. We pump the water, it goes into our reservoir, gets cleaned up by the water vegetation. One of the major costs of fish production is feed. We figured that if we could build our own feed mill, design our own feed, and have better control on what type of ingredients that we could put in the feed, this would be a major contribution to the production of good quality, sustainable type of fish.
In addition to producing our own feed, Aquafarming Tech has developed a proprietary fish feeding methodology that is projected to save up to 70% of the overall feed cost. The program involves feeding our fish green algae for the first 4 months in the grow-out ponds. In their natural environment, tilapia, which are vegetarian, feed on nutrient-rich algae and other aquatic plants. This sustainable technique dramatically lowers the feed cost, and the oxygen-producing action of the algae reduces electricity costs by diminishing the need to run mechanical paddle wheels to aerate the water during the day when the electricity rates are at their highest. By successfully solving critical cost issues that confront fish farming in this area, we lead the industry in tilapia farming, and we are in a position to acquire or lease other California fish farms as they have closed. Because Aquafarming Tech has perfected high-density aquafarming, our yields are much higher per acre than traditional fish farming. Most farms yield about 1,200 to 1,500 fish per acre, while we average 30 to 35,000 fish per acre. New Global Energy is capitalizing on the world's critical needs for food and energy solutions.
means we are a different organization.
This is the entrance of the this is residential building located at 12055 Wicks Street, Sun Valley, California. Okay, this is the main door, and this is the fellowship hall of the residential building. And this is the kitchen where they remove the gas range lately, and okay, all right. And okay, these are the restroom. And the restroom has a shower. And the other side is the women's restroom that
Aquaculture is the largest growing segment of food production worldwide, with 50% of all seafood coming from aquaculture.
The problem with growing fish for food, you develop a tremendous ammonia load in the water. This ammonia can become hazardous and it destroys colonies of fish. Ammonia is a byproduct of fish excreting. Extremely small quantities of it can pollute an enormous amount of water.
We just didn't know how big a deal it was to fix ammonia.
Kailangan ma-eliminate kagad ang waste dahil maraming laman itong tangke para ma-minimize yung accumulation ng ammonia, nitrite, saka yung mga napapatay sa kanila. So yung circular tank nito, ang kagandahan at advantage nito, yung waste management, especially kung very high ang inyong stocking density. Very efficient to ang waste management ito. Napupunta ho ito sa center pipe. Ayun o, doon lumalabas yan. Lahat po ng mga tae, lahat ng mga waste materials, lahat po ng mga hindi nakain ng mga feeds, lahat po ng kinain ng tilapia. Yan po pumupunta sa gitnang yan. So this was introduced by Rocky French.
Rocky French is one of those fantastic visionaries who's really done sustainable agriculture for the 21st century.
We set up a whole 50-gallon drum of his ammonia water. We started running this, and the ammonia level dropped, and it dropped again.
He's had this big problem of getting rid of ammonia. In fact, he has this natural pond system that takes him between 6 and 8 weeks to get rid of the ammonia. So he was really, really happy to see that we could do the same process that took him 8 weeks in 30 seconds.
That we've been wanting for since 1970. We already knew our problem way back then.
What we got here is a very exciting moment because it's the very first time that our technology is being showcased in the field at proper scale. There's an opportunity here to do something really big for aquaculture. The Coachella Valley can be a source of organic fish farming, which is not only more valuable, but will set an example for the rest of the world and change perceptions of farm fish.
When Origin Oil came along, we thought that this company could really move us into the next level of fish production.
I'm very pleased that you all came out to see this technology. It's what I call a technology that goes across the boards, and it has many, many different applications. The Q60
is designed to handle two major problems in the fishery industry. In the first instance, the ammonia load. In the second instance, we also want to sterilize the water because we're getting a lot of invasive species into aquaculture that are destroying shrimp farms and fish farms globally. So what we've developed is a system that removes the ammonia that builds up, but also sanitizes the water so we can get rid of the bacterial loads.
And the A60 is the new algae harvesting system at a large scale. In aquaculture, this would be a solution to pull algae and pelletize it and make food.
Working with Origin Oil, and they've been doing a great job of creating technologies that are key to the success of the industry.
I am impressed at this technology here.
We are always looking with much optimism to attract technologies and industries that could generate some employment out in these regions, but at the same time, industries that are going to be bringing clean technology.
Origin Oil, thank you for the great work that you're doing here. I think it's amazing. It's impressive. I thought I saw it all. But quite frankly, I have not. I'm impressed. And I also think it's going to create jobs. And I also think there's a lot of potential for all that to grow here.
I firmly believe that this algae harvester is going to be a game changer in this industry.
Most of the expense ho ng pagtitilapia dito sa Amerika ay napupunta yung 30 to 60% ng expenses, operating cost namin ay napupunta lang sa feeds. Most of the technology na ginagawa namin ho dito, yun ho ay mga brainchild ni Rafi French.
We are getting our go-to-market engine, and it drove immediate business for us. So this is becoming a pattern, a model, and this was an event that is the kind of thing we're going to be doing much more of.
2014, when I am preparing myself to go back to my normal life again and to do the hatchery, desert fisherman, that's also the time when my nightmare began, when the corporate pastors started to retaliate and even filed a fabricated case against me, the UD or unlawful detainer, the eviction case, who destroyed my reputation, character, and good name.